Hey foodies, welcome to the channel. In today's video series, I'll be teaching you guys how to cook Jamaican veggies. We're going to be making some calloloo, some coconut cabbage. We're also going to be making some fried plantain, and we're also going to be making a surprise video. This is so easy to make, so you want to start by preparing your veggies. We're going to be using peppers, onions, carrots, tomatoes. Dice everything together, and then we start by boiling the veggies in some water. Shallow amount of water, cover it down until it becomes boiling. Then we add the calloloo. We're gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes. Then we start the seasoning. And then of course we want to use the healthiest of seasoning possible. So we're gonna be using some seasoning salt, or rather some sea salt. Then we're going to be using some butter, black pepper, and we're also going to be using some all-purpose Maggi seasoning. So we're going to combine all of that, and then we're going to let that simmer for another 5 minutes, and it should be good. So the ultimate cooking time is about 10 minutes. And remember, the longer you cook the veggies, is the softer it becomes, and the more the nutrients dissolve. So you want to cook this as short as possible. It's very easy. Don't be scared to try this, guys. So this is the steamed calloloo. So we're going to move on to the next one on the list. When you're selecting ripe plantain, try to get the ripest plantain as possible. Here I have some store-bought plantain that I'll be using. I'm going to take off the skin, and you just want to screw the side of the plantain and then just easily remove the plantain from the skin. The riper the plantain is the sweeter it becomes. Some persons don't like it too sweet, but I like it mid-between. So we're going to be using these plantains. We're going to cut them up, and we're going to fry them in some hot vegetable oil. It's very easy to make, so that's the procedure for frying the plantain. That's what we have, so that's what we're working with. So you want to make sure that the oil is hot, but not too hot enough to scorch the plantain. And we're going to fry these until they become golden brown. When you finish frying, you don't even have to be fried. And then we're going to put it onto a piece of paper to absorb some of the oil, and that's it. If you enjoyed this video, guys, or if you found it informative, please remember to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and also give this video a like, guys. Let's move on to the cabbage. Alright, guys, let's get down to the meat of the matter, or should I say the leaf and the flatter. For me, food safety is the most important thing. Food safety is the first thing. So you see how the cabbage go, it has spin all over the place. You want to make this safe by removing the bottom of it. See? It's not going anywhere anymore. So you want to cut off the bottom so that it's safe. Then you're going to split it in 4 pieces and remove the cabbage bone. I don't like this part. It's very difficult to eat. You can eat it if you want, but me don't like it, so I remove this. So cabbage bone is gone. Then you want to remove the outer leaves, especially you want them to look discolored. You want to get rid of all of that. We don't want a blemish in our food, so we're removing the outer leaves. Alright, so now that we remove the outer leaf, the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to cut up the cabbage and have it in a nice bowl. You can cut it in the desired size that you like, but we just choose this size. We don't want them too big and we don't want them too small. If they're too big, it will look chunky, like hog food. If it's too small, they go break apart easy when they feed. So you just want to cut them on a nice level. Our bowls, we're going to rinse these off, and then we're going to show you the rest of the ingredients so we are work with. We're not going to use all of this though, because it's a lot of cabbage, and I just me alone go eat it. So I don't really want to waste it, you see it. Alright, so see what the rinsed cabbage look like. This can serve for about 4 or 5 persons. So I'll take out a handful of it, and I'll be using that to make my steamed cabbage. Alright, so this is how the rest of the ingredients look like. So I take out some of my cabbage, I have some all-purpose, I have hot pepper, I have tomato, butter, I have some carrot, onion and pepper, coconut milk, black pepper, and of course we have some iodine salt. So these are the ingredients that we're going to add to the cabbage. We're going to steam everything. Watch me, this is how you start it off. See, you turn off your stove Make sure you see your pan get hot. You add a little bit of water to it. Then you add some coconut milk. You know, saying I write coconut milk this, but I the one that we have, so we have to just use what we have. If you can go climb coconut tree, pick dry coconut, and make coconut milk out of it, then be my guest. But for now, I the canned coconut we I use. So we add the water, we add the coconut milk. First set of veggies we go add to it, we go add with julienne vegetables. We add with carrot, with peppers, and with onions. So these are the first thing we're adding to the liquid. You can always add other vegetables that you like. If you want to add broccoli to it, you can add broccoli. If you don't like onion, don't add no onion. But this is what we like, so this is what we are use. I'm sure say most people like onion and carrot and sweet pepper and those things. But if there's one ingredient that you don't like, you can always remove it. So we're going to bring this in start boil now. So we're going to add in with cabbage. Boom, cabbage gone in. Right. Give this a nice stir. Alright, so we have all our veggies. You see that, look? So we have the butter now, we have the tomato, and we have a hot pepper. All of that gone in it. Alright, guys. So we are make the steam. We're not going to make the steam too long, you know, because, well, I don't even know if this is steaming at this point. Maybe it's a combination of steaming and sauteing. We're going to toss this up until the butter melts. Alright, all-purpose seasoning time. Alright, we're adding some salt now. A small amount of salt. We don't want to add too much salt in it. Add some more liquid. At this stage, you know, some persons like their cabbage to be solid. Some like it soft. At this stage, we can remove it from the fire. Alright, so yo, this is how we think look like at the end of the day. Be teaching you guys how to make a pop chow. We have the pop chow, of course. We'll have some onions, carrots, yellow pepper, tomato, scotch bonnet, and red pepper. So now we're just going to rinse these off. Nothing too spectacular about this part. We're just cleaning them up. We're going to remove all of this and we're going to wash off the excess dirt or the excess soil. We're going to break them down and cut them up, and then we're going to saute them and add the coconut milk. Alright, so you want to cut off the hard part of it. You want to search and make sure you remove the leaves that are damaged. So any part of the leaf that is damaged, you want to remove that part of it. You don't want to have that in your food. Remove all of the leaves. And then we're separating the leaf from the hard part. So this part, it takes a longer time to cook. So this part we're going to cook first and then cook the leaf afterwards. So we just want to separate the leaf from the harder part of it. So we keep these one side. We're not going to cut these up. Most important part. So you just want to make sure you cut these up, cut them separate. You don't want to cut them too big because they take a longer time to cook. You want them to have a nice shape. So you're going to cut everything equally so that they cook at the same pace. Alright. So now we're going to cut the leaves. As I said before, I like to cut everything very uniform. Cut the veggies. You guys, so you can cut the other veggies how you want them to cut, but for the bok choy, this is the most important part. Make sure you have the hard part separated from the leaf, because this part takes a longer time to cook. So we're going to cook all of this with the veggies, and then at the last minute we're going to add this, and then we add the coconut milk. So let's get straight over to the stove now. Alright guys, so we're now over by the stove. We're going to be adding in some extra virgin olive oil. And you can use whatever oil you prefer. You can use coconut oil. And as I said before, this is what our veg look like. We have the pop chow, we have some red pepper, yellow pepper, carrot. We have the hot pepper, of course. We're going to saute this for about 2 minutes. Alright guys, we're now going to add this. Now guys, we're going to be adding in our coconut milk. Alright guys, we're gonna let this cook for about 4 minutes. Remember, you don't want to cook veggies too long. You still want to have them remain most of the crunchiness, because the longer